Hi, Fiction Recapped here. Today, I am going to explain a Japanese movie called The Seeds of Happiness. Spoilers ahead, watch out and take care. At the beginning of the movie, a couple, David and Nikki, are having feast at a fancy cafe. While both of them are enjoying their food, Nikki suddenly questions David if he's alright. Suddenly, David takes out a ring from his fund and proposes to Nikki to marry him. He also reveals his desire to spend the rest of his life with her, startled by the unanticipated offer. Nikki just gapes at him with confused eyes and soon looks down. Because of this, an awkward David suggests Nikki to take her time with the decision. After a while, Nikki leaves the place alone, and on her way back home, she comes across a flower shop. The shop has seeds of happiness on trade, and this makes Nikki curious. The coming morning, Nikki is planting one of the seeds inside her garden. Then, we get to know that Nikki has been frustrated as of late, so she has bought the seeds, in expedience of changing her sad and boring life. Latterly at office, a co-worker at work inquires with Nikki if she answered David's offer, to which she says no. When the co-worker questions her if there's any problem with David, Nikki again says no. The co-worker also mentions that the two are a perfect match for each other as they have been dating since the last 3 times. Despite this, Nikki seems skeptical about commodity. After returning from work, while Nikki is collecting her clothes, she notices a hand coming out from her garden. It's the same spot where she planted the seed of happiness. When she approaches the hand and starts digging near it, she suddenly finds a girl and riots in horror. In the coming scene, the same girl, who has a factory growing out of her head, cleans herself up while a shocked Nikki gapes at her in unbelief. She asks the girl about her identity, but the ultimate simply ignores her question. The little girl also approaches Nikki's family picture and exclaims that she missed it veritably much. Hearing this, Nikki gets confused and she again asks the girl about her identity. This time, the girl replies that she's Joanna, Nikki's mom. She further mentions that she came to actuality because of the magic seed that Nikki had planted. Taken suddenly by the disclosure, Nikki snappily grabs the magic seed packet and takes a look through it. Still, she fails to find anything unusual, so she suspects the girl of lying to her. Just also, the little girl starts sticking data about Nikki's particular life, which only she would know. She mentions her date of birth, weight at birth, and indeed her favorite food. This stuns Nikki, but indeed now she's skeptical about the girl's story. As the two are talking, Nikki's stomach suddenly starts growling and the little girl decides to make her favorite dish. She also climbs on a president and starts preparing the constituents. As the little girl is at it, she inaptly injures her cutlet, but when Nikki rushes to check on her, she finds a green liquid rather of blood. This indicates that the little girl is completely a factory. After a while, the food is eventually served, and when Nikki takes a bite of it, she realizes that the taste is analogous. This assures Nikki that the little girl is indeed her mom. She takes some time to reuse the information and asks Joanna if she's going to eat. Still, Joanna replies that she cannot eat food as she's a factory. She also asks Nikki about her father, and the ultimate replies that he has been busy traveling abroad. After the short mom-son discussion, Joanna decides on taking a bath, but as soon as she gets in contact with water, she starts screaming. Hearing this, Nikki incontinently rushes to the restroom and finds Joanna floundering to contain the water shower. When Nikki turns off the valve, she gets startled to see that Joanna has grown into a teenager. Turns out that the factory girl grows every time she comes in contact with water. At night, Nikki lends some of her clothes to Joanna, and as they're preparing to sleep, she suddenly gets an announcement. On checking her phone, she finds a textbook from David, which suggests she take her time with the decision. Joanna also reads the textbook and excitedly asks her son if she has been proposed to. Still, Nikki replies that it's particular and she should stay out of it. Despite this, Joanna urges her son for an answer. Left with no other choice, Nikki reveals that she has been proposed but has not decided about her answer yet. Being the good mom that she is, Joanna decides to sleep with her son and bandy the whole matter with her, but Nikki pulls her down and orders her to sleep on the settee outdoors. Although distraught, Joanna agrees and leaves the room. Outside, while Joanna is meaning her life choices, she suddenly notices the magic seed packet and starts examining it. Inside it, she finds a note, and after reading it, she becomes sad. Joanna also chucks the note inside the tip and goes to sleep. In the coming scene, while Nikki is walking around her office, she hears her nosy co-worker talking to Joanna. The two are agitating Nikki's swain, David. Nikki precipitously approaches them and tells her co-worker that Joanna is her kinsman. She also grabs Joanna and pulls her down, but just also, David emerges from the elevator. Joanna incontinently recognizes him and starts asking him several questions. Embarrassed, Nikki again lies about the girl's identity and takes her down. The brace also enters a private room and Nikki berates Joanna for her conduct. After apologizing, Joanna expresses that David is a perfect match for her and hence, she should suppose about the offer. Still, Nikki replies that everything is not as simple as it seems. Hearing this, Joanna asks her son if she truly likes David, to which she replies yes. This delights Joanna and soon she starts ignoring about Nikki's knowledge. After this, the movie goes into a flashback. It's Nikki's 6th birthday and both her parents are there to celebrate it. Nikki seems really agitated about her present and when Joanna hands it over to her, she starts unwrapping it incontinently. Still, her expression snappily changes when she finds a 5-piece makeup set rather of the magic ring that she had requested. Joanna also reveals that the magic ring has been vended out and hence, she got her the makeup tackle. Hearing this, little Nikki acts as if she likes the gift, but the disappointment is easily visible on her face. This bothers Joanna, so she approaches Nikki to inform her that she does not have to force herself to like the gift. She also apologizes for not fulfilling the little girl's want and suggests she follow her heart and tell the verity. After a bit of thinking, Nikki concedes that she still wants the magic ring and Joanna vows to get it for her. After the discussion, Joanna heads out in hunt of the ring. The scene also changes to the present where Joanna mentions that she's still proud of her son as she followed her heart. But before she can continue the story, she's stopped by Nikki, who exclaims that she does not want to hear presently of it. Following this, she leaves the room, leaving Joanna sad. At night, while Nikki is walking back home, she starts flashing back the rest of the story, where her mom is in the ICU bed. A youthful Nikki can only watch in horror as her mom fights for her life. Unexpectedly, she has the magic ring with her. After reaching home, Nikki proceeds to get changed, but just also, she hears some noises coming from her bedroom. She rushes upstairs and finds Joanna going through her particular things. When Nikki tries to stop her, Joanna suddenly asks if she still has the magic ring. Hearing this, Nikki becomes silent for a while. After coming out of her emotional state, she takes out the ring from a hole and hands it to Joanna. Pleased that the ring still exists, Joanna says that it brings back special recollections from the history. Still, when she asks her son if she remembers the recollections, Nikki gets maddened, saying that she does not want to flash back anything about it. She then abductions the ring from Joanna's hand and shouts that if it were not for the stupid ring, her mom would not have gone out and failed in the accident. Hence, to this day, Nikki still blames herself for her mom's death. Following this, a distraught Nikki throws the ring out of a window, telling that she does not need it presently. She also claims that she does not earn any happiness in life. This is the reason why she does not want to get married with anyone, as she fears that she'll ruin someone's life again. Joanna tries her stylish to comfort her son, but Nikki cuts her short. She also orders Joanna to go down, saying that her life was happier before she came into actuality. Seeing her son devastated, Joanna obliges and leaves. In the coming scene, we're shown that Nikki has been in her bed all day long, tired of overthinking. She decides to take a walk but finds out that it's raining heavily. She heads downward to apologize to Joanna but fails to find her. Just also, it dawns on Nikki that the heavy rain might have drenched Joanna wet. Stewing that she'll lose her mom again, she decides to head outdoors, but accidentally knocks the tip over, discovering all its contents. As Nikki collects the trash, she notices the same note from the magic seed packet. The note reveals that the lifetime of the flower is 1 week, but overwatering may affect an immediate growth and docked lifetime. Panicked, Nikki rushes out of her house with a marquee and finds Joanna searching for commodity near a tree. When Nikki approaches Joanna, she's shocked to find out that her mom has grown to her original state. Because of this, Nikki calls her mom for the first time. Joanna is pleased by the surprise, but she soon continues her hunt. Nikki requests that they go outside and talk, but Joanna stresses that she'll only go back formally she finds the ring, because it's special to her. Nikki again tries to convert her, mentioning that her lifetime will be docked if she stays in the rain. But Joanna is adamant on chancing the ring first. After a bit of searching, Joanna ultimately finds the ring and hands it over to Nikki. She also expresses her happiness at eventually delivering the gift to her son. Following this, Nikki tries taking her mom outside, but it's too late. A flower petal from Joanna's head suddenly falls down, indicating that her lifetime is about to end. Before Nikki can get a chance to reply, Joanna gets dizzy and loses her balance. Still, indeed in her final stages, she continues to express her affection for her only child. Joanna mentions that she does not remorse going out to get the ring and if given the chance. Still, indeed in her final stages, she continues to express her affection for her only child. Joanna mentions that she does not remorse going out to get the ring and if given the chance, she would do it over and over again. After Joanna apologizes to her son for leaving her with painful recollections, Nikki assures her that she has always missed her mom. As the two get emotional, some further flower petals fall down from Joanna's head. With her last breath, she mentions that she's proud to be the mom of an awful girl like Nikki. Joanna also requests her son to remain happy and passes down in her arms as the rain continues pouring heavily. In the coming scene, Nikki follows her mom Eswant and eventually gets wedded to David. After changing their promises, the entire crowd applauds them. Among the crowd, Nikki's father is also present, along with a picture of the late Joanna. The movie ends as Nikki gazes at her late mom's picture